Hi there, you're at the near Wyckoff analysis session. We'll, as usual, look at both weekly and daily time frame and see where near is heading. So, in a weekly chart, previously 2 weeks ago, actually, we put in this sign of strength question mark, saying, okay, is the price heading towards the sign of strength? And indeed, over the past 2 weeks, between the last video and this one, a sign of strength has appeared, and currently it's having a little bit of retracement. That's totally normal because you see from here, right, the sign of strength over here, it descended to somewhere below the yellow line, showing us a backup or last point of support period, and eventually gets to the PSY period and then the buying climax. So there are always like many times you will see this kind of things happening. The price just doesn't go all the way up from the sign of strength. There would be a little bit of retracement or some horizontal trading, and those are commonly seen in many different charts of various assets. So if that's true, then what we are hoping is the retracement doesn't go as deep as the support line at $1.86. Hopefully it's somewhere in the middle and then eventually break above this resistance line at $3.20. And obviously if it's going to show us a buying climax, this second resistance line at $3.80 wouldn't be able to hold the price surge, and eventually a big one. This white line at around $6 is a long-term playground zone top. By means of long-term playground zone, it's basically looking from now to the past, to the very, very early past. What's the price range that the asset, or near in this case, is being traded in? So this is the range. So that's why that's a very strong resistance at $6. And over $6, usually the period that the price stay above it wouldn't be as long as what we've seen as in the insider box. So the big picture, it seems like it's going healthily from raw volume wise as well. The greens are having more volume than the reds, so that's good for people who are ever hoping it to go up. However, don't expect there would be no retracement or sideways movements for a while. If we look at the daily, so 2 weeks ago we have put in the sign of strength, a test, and then now it's coming back in the daily time frame for more. So we can see that's another sign of strength. That's totally fine. And then remember we talked about the backup and last point of support period, yeah? So let me add that in now, backup or last point of support. So it's going to retrace a little and maybe trade a little bit sideways, and sometimes it can happen that it goes very deep for another test, and people call that a spring. The spring is a deep dive before the price rises to a new buying climax. So there is, or there seems to be, still a while before we can see the buying climax, but that can happen between this video and the next video, because I'm only covering this in 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. So don't be surprised if the price still dip a bit, and absolutely don't be surprised that it surged to another buying climax in 2 weeks time. So last time it happened in December, so it's been a while now. From the preliminary support to where we are now, it already is closing to 180 days, almost half a year. So if a new buying climax do come in, or does come in, I'll put it here just in case, then it will be very interesting to see, and it will be time for celebration. So let me put this channel box in as well, because currently the price, even though it has retreated, it seems to find support above the bottom edge of this channel. So you see this red cross over here, right? So hopefully it stays, or the trends continue, that it finds support and continue to build along this box. So it can, the sideways trading can happen in this way all the way into late or the first week of August, and then it can shoot up from there. So that forms the BU and LPS period and goes all the way to the next buying climax. So that can be one way to happen, because there's an ascending triangle here, and some form of breakout has to happen either through the yellow line or this upward channel. If it really breaks outside of the upward channel, what can happen is it can trade downwards or sideways, and then eventually forms a new upward channel if it's riding on what's happening in the weekly chart, that the retracement takes time to happen, or sideways has to give it time to happen in the weekly chart. So that's why in the daily it may take a longer while before it climbs. So it goes in tandem with the weekly chart. So hopefully that would be the scenario, that the price stays here and then goes upward. Otherwise, the new channel thing would happen. So that's for